Shut up and sit down.
Hey, welcome back. We are back. Thinking Out Loud is back. Yes, we are. Today we're talking MMA and UFC with MMA aficionado Rob Hughes. How you doing, man?
I've actually put that on my on my CV now.
So you should.
I'm not applying for jobs, but as soon as I do,
CV written on
that'll
cheese.
be on there.
How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm glad that we're back. Glad that we're able to talk. So let's go right into it.
Where are we started?
Woodley Thompson.
Take me there.
Woodley Thompson. That's one of the biggest things. You think
Boring.
it's a boring fight? Talk us through it because it went the distance, didn't it?
It went the distance, but none of them were wanting to commit to any decent attacks. Well, until Woodley coming up, it's the end of the fifth.
They didn't touch each other for the first 40 seconds, something like that.
And I obviously, last time we mentioned that Woodley, as reigning champion, should be the guy in the centre, taking the ring and controlling the fight. And he just didn't do it.
No, again, why?
I don't know.
Do you think he was nervous about?
But he shouldn't have anything. He shouldn't have had anything to worry about. He's got such a great defensive posture.
Yeah.
He didn't really have to worry about him sending Wonderboy sending in attacks. He could have blocked it. He could have taken anything. He just needed to wait for his chance to get in close, get him against the ring, and submit him.
Well, they were both moving quite a lot. They were both. They were making steps. They were moving around quite a bit. They just didn't want to. There was lots of fainting. There was lots of not going to happen. But they looked nervous. That didn't look like a. Or did it?
It didn't look like a championship fight.
Do you not think?
Nah. If you would put anyone else, if you would put that match at any other point in, say, the prelims or even the main card, you would think either one of them or both of them were on their first time at UFC. I did not see that as a.
That is the most heinous criticism I've heard of that fight. I'll be honest.
I didn't.
Not
like
saying
it.
it's wrong.
I had a lot of hope going into it because obviously I did enjoy Wonderboy in the first one, 205,
yeah.
205.
Oh, yeah, cool, yeah.
I really enjoyed that match, but only because it was really surprising seeing Wonderboy being taken into those grapples and still managing to come out alive.
Yeah, just.
He came out alive and managed to come back with enough force to not technically lose.
Oh, you're still in that camp, okay.
He didn't lose.
You're talking about the first one.
It was the first one.
Yeah,
it was the first one.
Me, right, okay.
Is what I'm talking about. It was a majority draw.
Yeah.
That is not a loss.
Again, just.
Okay? Just. And I do disagree on some parts that it was a loss for Wonderboy on this one, but I also agree with the scoring.
First round. God, it's so
10-9 Wonderboy.
10-9 Wonderboy. Okay. Because I would have maybe...
I'd put the first 2 rounds towards Wonderboy.
Okay.
Round 3 to Woodley.
Right.
4 back to Wonderboy. But 5 at 10-8 to Woodley.
So what, you would have wanted a third round... You would have wanted a third fight of that?
I would never want... I don't think... Actually saying that, BJ Penn has fought the same guy 3 times.
Yeah, but that's
pretty
different.
much in a row.
Yeah, but that's different. Well,
we will talk about him a bit later on anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
Because we have the featherweights to talk about.
Yeah, featherweights all over the show, yeah. No, I thought Woodley... I really wanted to be one of these guys that said, it's a strategic fight, and they were eyeing each other out, but that's why you train.
Yeah. And I'm still always on the camp of... If it's... I always want to see a title fight go to a knockout.
Ended a knockout, yeah.
I never want to see a submission, fine, TKO, but
that makes sense.
I never want to see a decision fight. And that's just me being the barbaric brute that I am, wanting to see blood.
No, it's combat sport, so why shouldn't you? And there was a bit of blood, because I think Woodley panicked.
There was not enough blood.
But I think Wonderboy panicked. I think if Wonderboy had done what he did in the 5th, maybe a minute earlier, he could have finished him.
I agree, yeah.
Purely because it was such a brute force. And it was like, there you go, Tyrone. There you go. There's the force you wanted. There's the aggression. He was in the middle pushing out.
But
he was taking him down. He was punching him down. He was going from the clinch and punching him down. It was great, but it was...
He probably got great feedback off that fist, and I don't know why he didn't carry on with it.
He didn't have time, did he? Because he started doing it there's 90... not even that. There's 10 seconds left in the round.
Yeah.
I think that won him the fight.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think that
100%.
moment won the fight.
That was the time, because that was the only time I had actually seen any actual damage.
Done
given
to either.
for that
Really,
night.
there was a couple of leg kicks.
It wasn't damage though.
Oh, but no, but it was like when Eddie tried to kick Connor that one time.
Remember that one time when Eddie was important?
That one time. Don't rag on Eddie.
We'll rag on him later.
Let's rag on him. Okay. So what next for Woodley? Because that division's a little bit of a joke.
GSP. Obviously, GSP's coming in at middle, but there's no guarantee he's staying there. GSP.
Well, he'll have to if he takes the belt.
He could pull.
Sorry, I said that as the biggest
Connor fan.
Yeah, I don't know why I said that was bullshit. Yeah.
He's but you know he's
more...
the best welterweight champion UFC's ever had. 9 defense.
Yeah.
And he didn't even lose the belt. He gave it up.
He gave it up. Yeah. No, he gave it up to be in Captain America 2.
Yeah, as the leaper.
That was so
yeah,
cool.
boy, it was great.
Yeah. What's his name? Batrog.
Yeah.
I thought you were more than just a shield. That was my God from Skyrim impression.
You know what? I really hate when they. I'm going to go into films a little bit.
Go for it.
I really hate when they go in films and they're like, let's tell this guy to get rid of their cliche weapon that they've always had and we know that they are best in combat with, and then get them to beat someone who is just good at kicking.
Yeah, but do you hear
it
that?
Shouldn't happen that way.
Do you hear that, George? Just good at kicking.
Hey, no. In as the leaper, he was just there to kick and jump.
What is it Rogan said? Always talk about a fighter as if they're 6 feet behind you.
I wasn't talking about the fighter, I was talking about the character. So don't you dare try and get me in trouble with GSP. Yeah, I love you. I love you, George.
I'm sure he's listening, he's really taking stock of this.
You Canadian gorgeous hunk of a man.
So you want him to fight Woodley?
I really wanted to fight Woodley.
Would you have him go to his weight, or would you have him catch weight, or what?
No. I listened to an interview with him. His natural walking around weight is light.
Yeah, I've heard that.
He walks around.
If you look at him,
he walks around just under 170 as natural.
Yeah.
But he doesn't struggle getting to welter and middle.
Yeah.
And he's very, very confident.
Some guys. Well, he knows he can make the weight, which is the first thing. Yes. If you're not panicking,
he knows he can make the weight and live that weight naturally as well.
Yeah, not have to do some horrible water cut the day before, which is interesting. I was watching a really interesting documentary. I think it was on the BBC. Actually, shout out BBC Sport. They did a like an interactive article about weight cutting.
Okay, yeah.
It's horrible. It was in the fight night. It was for the Fight Night London, and there's a couple of young local lads. We'll get onto in a bit. Were cutting weight and they were doing all that sauna shit. You know, they make a sauna in the in the bed and they wrap him in sheets and they don't drink. But
GSP is he's also one who's very, very outspoken about that and not having people fight at really unnatural weights. More than anything, not so much that they're trying to gain weight.
Somebody's going to die.
He's alright with that. Somebody's but it's the cutting of weight that is really, really dangerous.
That brings
and there's a lot of law
into
it as well.
Into Khabib. Someone's going to die.
And he's coming close. I think he's cutting himself far too extreme now.
He is, yeah. He can't make 155. No. Obviously.
He needs to come up to the 170, I'd say. I'd say he'd be comfortable now.
Would you say that's a waste?
No.
Really?
No, I definitely don't. I would never say it's a waste getting a fighter to fight at a natural weight. Who would he? Because that's going to be where they're at their best.
Yeah, I hear
physically and mentally, they're going to be at their best. So obviously. I have no, yes, it's going to be a waste not having him down on the 155s, but it'll do so much for the 170s.
Because of the prize fights you could sell. Because he is a great... We can't overlook the fact he's a great fighter.
100%.
When he's in there and he's at weight, he's a great fighter. But I think you put him up... Who would you put him against? And if he goes up weight... Say he goes up weight for his next fight, who would you put him against? If he goes up to 170?
No comment.
No, come on.
I'd...
Be as out there as you like. We're making fights. Who the fuck do we get? He can eat all the tiramisu he likes.
Oh wow, yeah.
Did you see that on his Instagram? He's eating tiramisu.
is that what he puts? Is he one of those hipster ones that just puts up their
I was
food?
listening to Sharb, I think it was Fighter and the Kid, and he was like, they were saying he needs a nutritionist, and he turns around and he says, "Yeah, I know you don't eat tiramisu the week off, man. I know that." And he's absolutely.
As far as I'm concerned, you always eat tiramisu on the week off,
mate. Was it was it John Jones or Demetrius Johnson? I think it was Demetrius Johnson.
What, down at the fly?
No, man. There was a fighter.
It wouldn't be
God.
Demetrius Johnson. Demetrius Johnson's flyweight.
Yeah. I can't remember. There was a fighter who used to say, I used to get blackout drunk. I think it was John Jones.
No, it is John Jones.
A week before a fight, no matter how hard he trained, he'd go and get blackout drunk.
Bisping's not that great at it as well. He shows up drunk quite often.
Bisping's English though, isn't it? It's more natural to us to fight while pissed up. So who would you have him fight? Khabib 180 at UFC 216.
At 180.
No, sorry, 170. 170.
So
you say that's his walking around way. So
yeah. So if we was going in lights, I would love to see him fight Alvarez. Because I think it would be a good match.
Murk Alvarez. I don't think that'd be a good match at all.
No?
He'd take him down.
No, because you've got two really, really good level wrestlers going against each other.
Eddie's a better boxer than he is a wrestler.
True.
He's easy hit, as Conor said and found
well,
out.
Well, no, he has a much better takedown and submission ratio than striking, as far as I could tell.
Fair enough.
I can actually give you the stats.
I'd watch
I
it.
went to the extent of writing down stats this time.
Jesus.
No, not that one.
It's got this little moleskin book, and it holds
It's not moleskin.
all human knowledge.
It's fake moleskin.
Moleskin. Oh shit, Fold is an animal.
This is actually a crazy stat I saw he did. 92% takedown defense.
Who?
Alvarez.
Alvarez.
So
shit, maybe
for every attempt
Yeah.
on him, only 1 in 10 actually takes him down. Statistically.
So you'd think he'd
Oh, sorry, yeah, no, he only has a 27% takedown success. But most of the work he does, 53% of his techniques that he uses are a takedown form.
Who, Eddie?
Eddie Alvarez.
See, that changed it up. Because if you think then, Khabib would be forced to stand and trade. I still think
But
Khabib
Khabib wouldn't be able to do that. He might be able to at a heavier weight.
Habib can't stand and trade. Sir, you go
I don't think he would be able to on the same level as Alvarez can.
It's his natural weight, why wouldn't he? He'd be at least as good, I think. Well, fuck it, Dana. Hit us up.
I ain't putting money on it again.
No, because you got burned last time. There's like a pile of coppers on the
It's
desk.
not coppers. I've at least been decent enough to put it in 20p.
There's 2 quids and then a shitload of 20p's because Rob lost a bet. But it's blood money really.
I'm gonna explain why I've done it like this because I have £2 coins for the 2 rounds that Woodley actually managed to win.
Okay.
And then I have £3 in 20p coins, just so people can hear that.
Cool, I'm sure that's not annoying for anybody to listen to. Yeah.
Hopefully it's not close enough that it's just ear-piercingly bad.
Yeah.
But that's for the rounds that Thompson actually won.
Fair enough.
And you can't argue with it.
Kind of can,
You
but
can.
I could, but I don't want to see a third
I have
fight.
Dana White on my side. You can fuck off.
Yeah, cool, awesome. Yeah, that's constructive. I would argue, but I don't want to see like the UFC jokes. I don't think the UFC wants to see a third. I don't think that they want that to be a
not as like a big match. Maybe in a couple of years if they're both still going strong, and maybe not as a title match.
Nah. But
I
don't see what Woodley does now.
I do really want to see at some point Wonderboy finish Woodley.
I do like Wonderboy.
He's a great fighter. He's such great technique.
It just happens
he just doesn't quite have the power that someone like Woodley does.
I think he has the power, but I think Woodley and him, it's like 2 guys whose fighting styles diametrically oppose one another, so they cancel each other out almost.
That's what I'm really looking forward to 11. There is a lot of fights that counteract each other perfectly. Eddie Alvarez, Poirier being one of them.
Not even on the main card, let's talk about that. Because Alvarez is only 4th in the rankings.
Yeah, 3rd. Oh no, 4th, yeah.
4th.
And then Poirier's 9th as well. Mm-hmm. So that is a top 10 bout, which could potentially put someone here in contention of the belt again.
I don't think
and
Eddie's going to fight Conor again.
No, he'll never come close. He won't want to go near him.
No.
I think he's punch shy from him now.
That was embarrassing. It was great.
I wouldn't say
Conor.
it was embarrassing.
Dude.
It's not like it was 13 seconds.
Yeah, but take that out of it.
Which, is embarrassing for most 16-year-olds. Sorry, I wanted to get a little joke in there at least.
You watch Eddie fight Conor, and Eddie tries to wrestle him, fails. Never tries to wrestle him again.
No.
Tries to kick him, fails. Never tries to kick
punch
him again.
Don't try and punch him.
Don't try and punch Conor. He tries to punch him, loses the fight.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to happen. I think, I agree. Eddie's going to take a wide berth. Does that mean Eddie goes up or down in weight? Because Eddie's... I don't see that happening, to be honest.
I think more than anything he'd go down weight.
Really? To fight whom?
He would fight Diaz. He would.
That I'd fucking watch.
He would fight Diaz. And that would be a good fight, actually.
Which Diaz?
What are the only one that's legally allowed to fight right now? So not
nuts.
Nick. How, does that sum it down for you?
That's fair enough. No, I like Eddie. I like his attitude, but he's that's it.
Granted, one thing after his loss, he was really courteous in the post match
Well,
interviews.
he came out and said we messed up.
Yeah.
We ballsed up our game plan. Yeah, I was letting him show me around. Connor was showing him around the ring, around the octagon. Excuse me. Yeah, fair enough. So
But,
who else on that 211 card? I mean, there's the title fight. No, there's two title fights.
There's the heavyweight and there's the.
Well, let's talk about the main event. Stipe back.
Or sorry, I wrote something down about this because I was watching I was watching a little bit of Joe Rogan's before I came out, and it was one where Coco Diaz was on, and they were talking about Miocic.
$4 million. They need to scab off an Iranian's head.
They were talking about Miocic, but he kept getting both his names sort of mixed together, so he's calling him Steopic.
Steopic, yeah.
Which
Tyrone. Tyrone. Say it.
Yeah, so Junior Dos Santos.
That's going to be a good
great
fight.
Fighter.
That's going to be a good fight. I hope.
And he's beaten Miocic before. Quite badly as well.
Yeah, but that was a different time. I think Stipe's a different fighter now. Or a better version of that fighter, I should say. Dos
Santos has taken off some of the biggest people. He took down Velasquez. Admittedly, he lost twice to Velasquez, but he still managed to beat him.
Yeah. Yeah, but if I throw peas at a cup 6 feet away, chances are at least once I'll get one in. Check that, Mr. Miyagi.
Oh, come on!
Kapow.
I don't think you could put his fighting down to...
That's from the guy that got punched twice and stopped boxing forever. That's who that's from.
But he beat Frank Mir as well.
Yeah, I'm not saying he's a shit fighter. I'm just saying I think Stipe. I don't think it's.
But Stipe beat over him.
Yeah, but there we go. That's
what it always comes down to. He beat over him, and obviously, just going back to 210 a moment. Overeem looked big.
Yeah,
it looked like he'd even bulked for Mark. I
Hunt.
got to make sure I get it right.
It's not Mike. It's Mark.
Not Mike Hunt. Mark Hunt.
Yeah.
It looked like he'd even bulked up for him.
Yeah.
Even though he was so confident going in.
Yeah, they both look pretty big actually. Just like naturally big.
I think Mark actually looked a little bit smaller than he normally would.
You think?
Yeah.
He didn't look as fit.
No, he looked like he was struggling.
Well, especially after his soul left his body. After that.
The knee to the face.
Boom.
That seems to be quite a common occurrence at the moment.
Knees to the face. Well, there's
are becoming really popular.
Yeah, only if they're legal.
Weidman was absolutely destroyed by Yo's.
That was so...
Weidman was destroyed again.
I remember watching that Yoel Romero fight and thinking it wasn't the knee. The knee was such a graceful... It was such a fantastic attack from Yoel. But the fact the ref didn't stop it, Chris Weidman hits the deck. Yoel turns around as he does, like really squats. He's a great wrestler, gets straight back and gets 3 shots, and then he stops the fight. And Weidman was not in a good way when they peeled him off the octagon floor. Yoel Romero was doing that Cuban marching
salute,
thing.
yeah.
That's cool. But Weidman got a real tough time. And
what, at 210?
He had 2-5. He had a real beating.
He got a savage one on 210 as well.
Yeah.
Again with the knees.
Legal knees.
Knee gate.
No, there's no gate. There's no fucking gate. There's no gate.
No.
I spoke...
With the old rules, there would have been.
I spoke to a lot of guys who are really into the rules, and the rules say that both those knees are legal.
That's only
it doesn't matter. I don't care if there's a new rule. Not being on your mobile phone when you drive is a new rule. People still do it. Right?
Wow.
No, I'm saying, if it's in the rule book, he lost the fight.
No,
he's getting an unfair shot at a rematch.
I'm not disputing. I'm just putting forward that any of if that had gone down at 205, he would have been probably in the clear.
Yeah, but it didn't.
Because when the move started, his hands were on the ground.
Yeah, and he got lifted up.
It's because he got lifted up,
yeah,
and they lost contact as it hit, and that's the important part.
Yeah. No, I'm totally down with that. I don't know when that's going to happen. That'll probably happen relatively soon because...
What, the rematch?
Yeah, they both seem to be... I mean, obviously, when Weidman remembers what day of the week it is. That's bad. Someone else...
Like, he's taken in the last 2 fights, he's taken heavy knees.
It's not good. Especially at that weight as well.
Yeah. There's a lot of force behind those.
If you get kneed in the head by Max Pettis, say, it's going to suck, but you'll know how to read tomorrow. But at that point...
Sorry, I'm just remembering Russell Howard for some reason now.
What's that?
My dick's the enemy of Penguin Classics!
Fuck, yeah. Isn't context great? Because he did an action, I didn't know what it meant, and now I'm really scared. No, it's
Sorry.
He's taken some beatings. I think he needs to drop down. I think he needs a quite easy fight. I think he
What, go down to lights?
Yeah. Just not change weight. Just go down, fight people below him in the register for a bit.
Yeah, but nobody wants to.
Be the Cub Swanson of that division.
That you do always need a Cub Swanson. And admittedly, at the moment, Welter doesn't have one.
The guys coming up need an old vet to fight. Cub Swanson is, and Do Ho Choi fought Cub, a little bit back. 2007. When did Cub Swanson fight the Korean Superboy? Producer Lauren. Cub Swanson versus the Korean Superboy. When was that? Like what event? Because that was an incredible fight. But Do Ho Choi still, despite the loss by decision, still very much still considered to be one of the most exciting younger fighters.
Well, that was the same with BJ Penn. He was, even though at that point he'd started losing to.
That was back in February.
Back in February, so pretty recently, Cub Swanson looked absolutely fantastic in that fight.
Yeah.
Not just because it was a great back and forth, but because it was such a Cub Swanson fight. His style, you can't really replicate it. The way he boxes, and then he was throwing in those wheel kicks. After you thought he was spent, he threw in that wheel kick and took him back against the fence. No, it was an amazing fight. I really like Cub Swanson. But who are we talking about? Yeah, Chris Weidman. I think he should maybe be the vet that people throw themselves against for a bit, because it'll do him good, because he might be able to beat a couple, and probably will.
It'd probably
make a bit more of a name for himself.
It'll expose him to a lot more styles, and I think...
Do you still think he's not a well-rounded fighter, Chris Weidman?
He is. His stats are slightly swayed that he does struggle with people taking him to the ground a little bit at times.
Right.
And apparently he has a very good magnet in his head for knees. But I think he although he like we said, he is a very good veteran of the sport. He's been fighting mostly the same sort of people up at the top there for a long time.
Yeah.
So it's the same with anything, opening someone up to whole new styles.
Do you think that's something his camp might well be pushing him towards?
I hope so.
Yeah,
because I think another thing it would do his confidence so much.
Just to be back in the octagon.
Just to be in the octagon and be dominating the octagon.
Yeah.
That pushes your boundaries as a fighter.
The guys
so
that are
much further.
ranked sort of 25 up to the top 10, I think that they will be throwing themselves against people like Chris Weidman. I think that would be good as well, because you'll get some good fights. Because who knows, you might get a couple of good performances and find some really new guys that want to move into that top 10 and can do that with a fight against Chris Weidman.
And would be new enough to sport to take someone like Woodley by surprise.
Man. I hope so.
If GSP doesn't take that as well.
No, I don't think he will. I think GSP...
I would love to see... Like I said,
we're going on the basis that GSP... GSP. That's the thing.
GSP.
That's them shipped.
Yeah.
If GSP beats Bisping, which I don't think that's cut and dry, I think people are sleeping on Bisping. Just a little bit. I'm still in the GSP camp, but I think you have to respect...
Oh, 100%. Bisping is a great fighter.
Yeah. He lost an eye. He gave an eye to the sport. For God's sake. He gave his eye.
But that's always going to be a flaw in his fight game.
Do you think...
He's always going to struggle gauging distances. He's always going to struggle with someone with a longer reach.
He's got a good reach, though, so I don't think it matters. You punch out, you're going to hit something.
I know, but it's not so much of a fact of my fist has gone out.
Yeah.
You've got to be able to gauge that distance.
It's moving in as well. It's moving in as you punch.
You've got to be able to step, and you've also got to make it that you're not going to bugger up your hand just because you've tried overreaching yourself.
Yeah. Well, there's the thing when you overreach, it's not. I mean, from experience, it's never your hand, because your hand hits and you might hurt your wrist. The thing you hurt when you...
It's the back.
It's your back and it's your shoulder. And your shoulder's a really complex joint. It just rests on top of your rib cage. Not many people have strong shoulders. That's why they do conditioning. But bench pressing doesn't help that. Bench pressing doesn't help you. It fucks your shoulders up.
Do you know a great way of actually building those muscles to help?
Hanging.
Huh? Hanging for one.
From
But
a
if you
bar.
don't want, if you want to add weight to it, axe. Cutting wood is a great way. Japanese boxers have done it for years, and that's been a standard practice for them.
Because that gets you
to
core
build
as
those
well.
back muscles.
Because I just brought that into my routine when I train.
what, with steel maces or
No, not
something like
maces. Just get a big weight, like a 16 kilo weight,
that? Yeah.
and hold it as you would an axe and swing it like over your shoulders so you get the twist, and then bring it down between your legs and then back. Do 10 on either side.
Do it as well.
Yeah.
Doing it complete overhead, because then you're getting the
Yeah.
triceps in as well.
But when you
We're not going to become a fitness
No,
podcast.
for real.
Definitely not.
But I think in terms of overreaching, you bugger up your shoulder, which makes it harder to wrestle if you're going across 5 rounds. If your shoulders are gassing out 2 rounds in and someone wants to take it to the ground, you're not going to be the strongest.
Taking it to the ground is pretty much common practice in the later stages.
Well, yeah, because you can maintain.
By that point, you've drained them as well.
But by that, you can lay on top of someone, maybe see the 3rd round out, collect yourself, go back onto the stool, and you're going to be okay. You're going to be better prepared.
But as long as you're
championship
dominating
rounds.
that...
Well, you've got to win the
on
first
the
2,
mat.
haven't you? You've got to win the first 2 rounds. The first 3, not...
I don't know, you don't even have to win the rounds. As long as you're losing because you're being conservative.
Yeah, but how often
Then
do you
you're-
see a guy lose the first 2 rounds of a championship fight and then win the last 3?
Woodley Thompson.
Yeah. Yeah, okay, sure.
He lost the 2 rounds. Sorry, we're not going to go back to that.
No,
one.
I'm just...
But it does happen.
Yeah, I guess.
And it does become part of people's game
Yeah.
plan quite heavily. Especially in the sort of 3-round matches as well.
Yeah, I was going to say the Elkins fight. Did you see that on the prelims?
I didn't watch
couple
much of the
fights ago?
prelims on
He
this
got
one.
battered, and then he just came back and dropped the other guy.
Yeah.
It was absolutely incredible for a prelims
Was
fight.
that
amazing.
the flyweight? Because there was one I did see, and it that might have been 209 actually, but it had the best submission I'd ever seen to a leg lock. Oh my god! He literally just sort of. It looked like he just sort of lost the tumble, and then he bounced off the mat, and then locked his leg straight away.
Fantastic.
Straight to submission.
I'll tell you what was really good. The best submission I've seen for a while was at 210. Was
I can't remember who that was. It was in the prelims.
Who was on who are the 5 main cards fights on the UFC 210?
No, this was 209. I saw this leg lock.
No, I'm going to tell you about a submission.
Okay.
It was a back. What's the guy's name? Shit. Come on, Lauren, producer Lauren.
I'll find it.
Pressure's on. Not Oviedo. It sounds like Oviedo. Not. Oh man, what is it? He's a Brazilian guy.
The only one I've got in my head at the moment is Mia.
No.
That's only because he's on 211.
Yeah. Well, let's.
I am looking forward to that match as well.
What weight?
I don't know. What were the main card fights at 210?
Okay.
The main cards,
Yeah, the main card fights.
Cynthia and Pearl,
We'll talk about that in a minute.
Weidman,
No.
Cormier Johnson,
No.
and then it must be in the first 2 matches then.
Yeah, I think it was. I think it was the first or second match. Let me take a look. This is so... Oh my god, this is so
Everyone do
embarrassing.
research. Woo!
Yeah, this is why we would prepare.
Cormier Johnson?
No.
No.
That
That was the
before.
headline.
Here we go.
Headline. We've been gigging too much. It's not a headline.
I know,
Main
right? We're
card.
such musicians.
Title fight. Whatever.
I'm going to see this guy's name in this.
Wonderboy?
No,
No.
it was
Wait,
Oliveira.
Wonderboy?
Oliveira.
Right. Yes.
Oliveira. God damn, that man's name fell out of my head. He jumped.
I saw
He
it
dropped
on
him.
on the highlight reel.
He
But
took his back while he was standing up, dropped him, and slipped into a rear naked
Rear-naked
choke.
choke.
But he was on the guy's back with his legs. He had
I'm
both
loving the
hooks
amount of
in.
rear naked chokes in the sport.
It's good. I like it because that's how Cormier. Cormier
That's like
Johnson.
Cormier beat Johnson, yeah.
Let's
and
talk about that.
That's what I 100% guarantee Maya will win his match with. He is, without doubt, the number 1 jiu-jitsu and submission expert in UFC at the moment.
Really?
100%.
Over
he was
Oliveira.
employed. He was employed by Frank Mir to be his specialist coach before he even started at UFC.
Oliveira looked pretty beasty, man.
I don't know.
He looked really good. He looked
Do we need
so
to get him
good.
to fight? Do we need to get him into here?
I mean, maybe.
To set up into your flat to set up our own.
We should so do that. We'd have him fight in the lounge.
Yes,
I burped on Mike just now, by the way, and I don't know. I didn't want to.
I think I might have covered you,
Just a little bit. Yeah. Now I'm totally uncovered.
but you busted yourself.
So, what did you make of DC Johnson?
It was a good match, but still not what I wanted to see at the end of the night. I think it could have been.
I don't know why he tried to wrestle him, and I don't know why he tried to. I don't know why he tried to wrestle him. I don't know why he retired.
Yes, I can understand kind of why Johnson's retired a little bit. He's not got the best stats. He's 22-6 now.
It's not bad.
It's not.
It's not great.
It's not great.
It's not.
It's not. Yeah, I was gonna say it's not something that you're gonna suddenly see taking the belt. Someone with that sort of stat.
Right.
Although
Do you think
I
he was
just
right to
suddenly
go?
realised Bisping did it at sort of 29-6.
Bisping's got such a checkered record.
Yeah.
Bisping's got such a checkered record, but he's so good with it, you don't care.
I like the fact that Bisping has only lost a fight in UFC in his professional career. He was thrown when he came into UFC.
Yeah. Yes, of course. Yeah, I think that championship fight, DC Johnson, was it was really good, but I don't think you saw either of them at their best.
No.
I don't think that was prime.
No,
DC.
I think, to be honest, if they had gone on the 211 fight instead, I think we would have seen a much better match.
Well, because they both would have been at weight. Ooh.
Tailgate has finally arisen.
How strong was that towel? What the fuck was that towel made
That
of?
was a beastly towel.
That was a thick shag
But-
towel.
It may also be the death of Cormier's career.
Now explain this, because you explained this to me off air and I didn't quite catch it. So go again. So for those who don't know, today, yesterday came out that
Johnson had filed legal
action. Yeah.
Not within the promotion itself.
Within legal, because it's a crime.
Yes.
Now, why is it a crime? Tailgate. He came out off weight, went back. 90 seconds later, he leant on the towel, lost the weight. Now, what's the problem with that? And it's not the towel, is it?
It's nothing to do with the towel. The towel was fine being there, and actually leaning on it is fine. The problem is where he lost 1.6 pounds in that 90 seconds under New York Sporting Association
sporting law, anti-corruption law and stuff.
Correction.
Yeah.
You then have to round the amount he lost in that minute and a half to how much he would have lost potentially in an hour.
Right.
Now, in an hour, it was turned out that he had lost £30.
More.
He didn't actually lose that.
Yeah.
We better specify. He didn't actually lose £30, but by rounding and whatnot, he lost more than he is legally allowed to. So that is why he's being brought up. And we had this discussion that Johnson's only doing it because he lost.
But he's not.
I completely disagree. I think no matter what, this would have been brought up by someone.
Because it would have been brought up by the federation, not necessarily. Yeah, I get that.
Because they would have done their whole little audit thing, bureaucrats would have got involved, and they would suddenly turn around and go,
I don't think New York
was out.
I don't think New York are the right people to be lecturing people on the rules of the sport after that de random nonsense.
It doesn't matter. If that's the case, you don't book a match there if you don't want to abide by their rules. If you don't like them,
no, exactly.
If you book a match there, you abide their rules.
No, but what I'm saying is, on a purely we're suddenly raising this, a week after the event. I don't think it looks great on New York after they've messed up quite a bit of stuff. They're not allowed replays, but then the ref talks to someone who has seen a replay, and that by inaction affects the result of the fight.
But the other thing that didn't affect the fight in the slightest, because once the doctor makes the call, the doctor has made the call under New York law as well.
It's going to be a rematch.
Regardless of what the ref had turned around and said at this point,
right?
It was not a doctor's break.
It was
anymore.
mostly also
even if it was illegal, that would have been the end of the match. Because the doctor already called it.
He didn't know what day of the week
there wouldn't have been any form of penalty point taken or anything like that. It would have been end of match already.
He didn't know what day of the week it was. There's a transcript been leaked from a floor mic. The doctor asks him, where are you, what day is it? And he doesn't know. He lost the fight, but they're going to get a rematch. For sure. Which is totally wrong.
And that would be a good rematch, though.
I think Mousasi... I don't know why people were saying Weidman was going to have such an easy... I think Mousasi's an incredible fighter.
Yeah.
I called Mousasi to win that fight. Everyone else that I talked to was on Weidman, but...
I think most people go for Weidman because they actually know the name. Mousasi... Not as a diss to Mousasi, but Weidman is a big name in that class.
Yeah.
And he always has been. Mousasi's on the rise. Great for him. Fantastic for him.
Yeah, but as Khabib learned in A&E, sometimes having a big name gets you seen quicker. And he doesn't.
I don't know why he went to the wrong place.
Why did they go to the hospital?
Why did they go to the wrong hospital?
What the fuck? What?
There's basically, with UFC, they have sort of dedicated places where they like people to go because those doctors there have been introduced to the rules of UFC in such a way that they're not going to do anything that's going to corrupt a fight or anything like that. Khabib went to a different hospital, which straight away, the first thing they noticed was, he is dehydrated, let's get him straight on fluids.
Give him an IV.
Whereas going to the UFC doctors and this separate hospital, they would have found possibly another solution that the fight could have still gone ahead without risking Khabib, obviously, but without having to just straight away put him onto fluids.
Is that what they did? Did they pump him? Did they give him an
pumped
IV back?
straight away, pumped him straight
Because he
full
was
of it.
dehydrated.
Yes.
Because he was on a water cut.
Yes.
Oh, a weight cut.
He was on a massive weight cut.
Tiramisu, man. Although I am kind of glad the one bright spot that came out of that fight not happening is Cynthia Carvello's fight got brought up to the main card. Yep. When they dropped that fight.
Khabib was 209.
Yeah, Cynthia's first fight.
Oh, sorry, yes,
Her first fight was.
Yeah, that was a really good quick turnaround.
That was a great turnaround for her. She was already on the undercard, I think. She's having a debut on the undercard, and they bumped her up. And what a fighter we potentially have on our hands. 2 fights in 2 months. 2 fights in a month.
Yeah.
Woo!
But she didn't take a single punch.
Didn't.
She went straight for the rear naked and was done.
She did it.
And she did it again.
She yeah.
Well, no, she did take a little bit of damage this time. Even she
had to hit.
She was happy to admit that.
She had to hit her way out, but she won. I tell you what, I don't know as there's a more promising wrestler in that division now. The women's strawweight.
No, definitely not.
Definitely, she's a good hitter. She's a good. She's good on the ground. I'll correct that. She's fantastic on the ground. She's
phrasing
built for boom. she's absolutely fantastic at wrestling and taking people's backs, getting both hooks in really early on, avoiding.
But
you
could sort of see where you're going to be going with a fighter when 2 matches in, 2 submission finishes.
It's good though.
I like seeing that.
I think it's great. I think she's a really exciting fighter. I think that division is very exciting. I think I'm going to go out and say I think the strawweight women's division is the most exciting division in UFC right now.
100%.
Especially with the next fight, 211, Jung Jacek going up against Andrade.
Defend their title for the 6th time now?
Possibly, sounds about right. Check the notes.
6 wins on the fly, 4 title defences so far, so this will be her 5th.
You think?
Title defence.
Ooh, cocky. You think?
I think so.
I think Andrade's a fantastic Andrade. I think she's an incredible striker.
This is one of the ones I saw, but she's not that great a striker.
Who? Jung Jacek?
No.
Andrade?
Jessica.
Oh, right, okay.
She's...
Give me some stats there, Rob.
Right, okay, so... good takedown defence, 74% at the moment. Mm-hmm. So, pretty much 3/4 fail. But, I'll say, yeah, her striking's 43%.
What,
of
significant blows?
Yeah.
Right.
And then 30% takedown, 22 submissions. She has, more than anything, a great strike defence.
Yeah.
But then what really surprised me is, I agree with you, she does look, on paper, from what we've watched, as a great striker.
Yeah.
But she has a 74% success rate on takedowns.
So you think she'll try and take Jung Jacek down?
I think she's going to try. But this is where we were talking about good, well-matched fights. Mm-hmm. Jacek, 82% takedown defence.
There you go.
At the moment.
If they stand and trade, how's about this for a hypothetical? They stand and trade. Jessica's swinging.
Jacek will win it.
Jessica's swinging wild. Swinging wild. Do you think this is going to be a test of Jung Jacek's composure? Because if she's going to have to weather a lot of blows and watch her punch herself out, it takes a certain kind of fighter to do that and not take her down. And then pick her and she's
she's well suited for.
She's a very good precision striker, so she'll be able to pick her spot. It's whether she can weather the storm.
I've got these stats as well for you for Jacek.
Go.
94% success rate on striking.
Fantastic.
So 94 out of 100 punches she throws or kicks hit.
Yeah, she's an incredible striker. There's no
and then a
denying
69% strike defense ratio.
So she's not that easily hit.
70% of punches thrown at her are blocked or missed.
Yeah, she's short though, isn't she?
But she has great upper body movement as well, which really works in her favour.
Because she's short, she has that low centre of gravity. You see it a lot in Brazilian footballers who aren't easily pushed off the ball because they're very short and they got stocky legs.
Yeah,
right.
But in terms of these two, they both have the same leg length, 35-inch leg reach.
Right.
But Jacek takes their arm reach.
Yeah, for sure.
by 3 inches.
Yeah.
Now that can be massive when you're throwing jabs.
And you've got a 94% strike success rate.
And you're 13-0.
She's an incredible fighter. We don't have to prove this to ourselves. She's an amazing fighter in an amazing division with a lot of amazing other amazing fighters.
And more coming.
Yeah, for sure. Pearl Gonzalez.
Pearl Gonzalez against Cynthia. First match.
She wobbled her.
Great first match.
It wasn't a whitewash for Cynthia.
No.
I liked her and I really love her
She
fighting.
took it to the third. She managed to take it.
She did.
Managed to take it away. But no, completely agree. Although it was a loss for her, she showed great skill.
On the debut, it doesn't matter. Get it out of the way. You're going to lose some point.
She showed great defence against that rear
She had
naked
to
choke
make.
as well.
She had to make Cynthia when Cynthia slides down. She does this thing where she gets you in the clinch and then she slides into a like an anaconda choke.
Yeah.
Puts you in the sprawl. And she can because she's so
And she swaps between
Yeah,
locking you up in that leg triangle
fantastic
to
transitions.
swapping you over with the underhooks. As you're sort of, because obviously once you've got that triangle over the body,
and you're face down because you're coming up.
you
the
want to
sprawl.
You want to push against their leg, so it starts pushing pressure on their ankle and they release it. And she was swapping between the hooks and that triangle
Truly
so fluidly.
Excellent transitions for someone that's only got 6 professional wins, isn't it? She's
5 professional wins.
5 professional wins, so she's 5-0 Cynthia.
Yes.
2-0 in the UFC. No, I think she's incredible. I think within a year or two,
She'll be taking the belt.
I think she'll be taken about. So, because she's an incredible.
I could genuinely see someone
could.
like her taking the belt from
I
Jacek.
don't know if she's going to beat Jacek to get it.
Are you
I think
thinking
Jacek-
someone else is going to beat Jacek beforehand?
Here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if she goes against young Jacek. Young Jacek is such a good precision
You
striker.
love saying young Jacek, don't you?
I know, right? I didn't Google that shit for nothing. I think young Jacek is such a precision striker. We saw what happened when Cynthia got rocked a little bit. As we said, Pearl Gonzalez came out excellent, rocked her a little bit through lots of punches.
She came out confident
She
as well.
stopped
That's
her
good.
doing exactly what she wanted right away. I wonder if that's probably. I want to say that's an experience thing on Cynthia's part, but I think young Jacek might just pick her to pieces.
Sorry, young Jacek. Every single
You know,
time.
she's got such a good
I
takedown
can say on
defense.
one of my notes that I put down when I was watching the fight, very, very large letters and underlined a lot
Animal.
about Cavillo was animal.
Yeah, she's really tough. She's got great fighting spirit as well. When Rogan asked her, what would you do to get here? Yeah, I'm not surprised, motherfucker.
Hey, I asked to say that line. How dare you? I asked permission to swear on the podcast.
Whose line is it anyway?
And you took my line.
We've got so many white lines on our recording by now. I bet that's not going to be annoying to anybody listening to on the way at work.
You stole my swear.
I'm going
You stole my swear.
But she's got such a good attitude.
Fantastic, yeah.
The absolutely right attitude.
Really hard start in the career as well. Same with Pearl Gonzalez, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Both of them are coming from pretty shit situations.
Mm-hmm. The only thing I don't like about Cynthia is she isn't English. Do you know what I mean? I just think because English fighters. I like to see English fighters on the.
Right. Okay.
On the roster.
Okay. Yeah.
I think it's just like you want your own to be your own.
Well,
but
I was as you sort of
I
mentioned.
was
to me
being
earlier.
really glib. I think she's an amazing fighter. Jokes aside, I think she's an absolutely incredible fighter. It'd be great if she was
And
one of my
Gonzalez. I
countrywomen.
think Gonzalez is going to be a great fighter.
I think
I think both of those are definitely going to be top 10 contenders.
in that division. Yeah, give it a year or so.
100%. But as
She's
you were
quite-
mentioning
she's
English
quite
fighters,
she's quite active, Cynthia. I'd like to see if she carries this on because she's really young.
I say
Carries on like this, maybe
she was confident coming out of that ring.
5
I
fights a
think
year.
I think
Jesus.
we'll see her back at 214, 215
You think?
easily,
I'd love that. That would be
and
amazing.
she'll be main card again.
I remember once I got really into a fight.
She's going to be bringing people back into the women's UFC.
Sure. I got really into a fighter called Emil Meek, and he fought on the undercard of, I can't remember, a few months back, last year. And he's had a long career.
204, 205.
No, after 205. He was outside.
6, 7, 8.
Yeah, he was outside
I'll
the
just go through
UFC for a
numbers.
while, and he had a really good career, and he came back
What,
he came
Bellator
into the
or?
UFC. I don't know. He came into the UFC and had put in a really good performance, tore a fucking muscle in his rib mid-fight in the clinch, stayed up one, and then disappeared. I haven't seen anything of him. Cynthia Calvados clearly wants to work for a bit more.
Actually, talking about people who are ill, I listened to something the other day, and it brought it back. Overeem, when he fought Mark Hunt, he'd been in hospital all day with food poisoning. He had literally come into the ring after being sat on the toilet for God knows how long.
Well, it can't have been that bad because they would have put an IV bag in because you get really dehydrated when you got the shits.
No matter what, he managed to do it. But Dana, at the post-conference, turned around and said, this guy was in hospital today But he obviously went
What's
to
your excuse, Mark? I don't want to take any drugs.
That is the really horrible thing for Mark. He's just been beaten by someone who was shitting himself to death just about 10 minutes before.
Sunrise, sunset. Mark Hunt's a good fighter.
Hunt,
he just wasn't.
He's not over killer.
Mark Hunt is like Travis Brown.
He'll always be there.
He's always going to be it.
He'll always be a good fighter.
Like
They will never
Demetrius
be the
Johnson.
best.
He's a great fighter. And
Demetrius Johnson has the flyweight title.
Yeah, but no one knows his name outside the sport. He's not.
Oh,
Come on. He's a novelty. He's cool. I like him, but whenever I hear him mentioning conversations, it's like, oh yeah, and Demetrius Johnson. Like, oh, he's always been around. That's what I'm saying. He's always been there.
Okay,
He's
I can get where you're coming
He's
from.
the old
from
guard. They fight a certain way. They approach the sport a certain way, and I think those guys are getting weaned out by people like Cynthia.
I don't want them to.
No, I like it. I'm just saying.
I don't want them to be completely weaned out.
I'm not in charge of the UFC. I don't control anything here.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Oh, fine. Okay.
God, it'd be crap if you did.
So yeah, English fighters.
Yeah, as you mentioned, you wanted to talk about them. I did go and have a look through at sort of the people I could find as the top ranking in each.
We have a local
Sort of-
countryman, Bradley Scott. The Bear.
We have two
Is it our
local countrymen.
Yes, we
We
do.
have Godbear as well,
Right.
who obviously fought at 209, beat Dan Spitz.
You're a big fan, I can tell. You go.
I do. I you know what? That was the first time I actually sat and genuinely wanted to watch one of his fights, and I was surprised.
In a good way.
He was a really good fighter. He's beat some pretty decent people, and he's from Bridgewater.
Awesome.
I can literally drive there now
What's
and
that
get
like?
McDonald's and be back in time by the end of the podcast.
It's been me crying into the mic.
Why did he leave me?
My nuggets.
I want my Szechuan sauce.
Yeah, he's a good fighter. He's a quality fighter. He's oh my god, he's got the teasers.
But yeah, no. BAMMA heavyweight champion before he came up to. He's 1 for 1 at UFC.
Yeah,
12 for 3 overall.
that's not a bad record.
9 by knockout. 2 by submission.
He's a motherfucker.
And 1 by decision. And he's never. Yeah, that's kind of bad, but he's never lost by decision.
He's
Good for him.
Yeah, good. He's a strong guy.
Two
though.
knockouts and 1 submission against him.
Yeah, for sure. He's got amazing power though.
I think he could be another good contender in the heavyweight. I don't think he'll ever be championship level, but I think he could be a definite placer.
Yeah, I'd go with that. So Bradley Scott, the other guy, I watched him fight at the undercard of Fight Night in London. Really cool guy. Struck me as quite a humble guy. Came out after post-match, post-fight interview. Really humble, saying how he really worked for it. He was thinking about jacking it in for a little bit. Came back, and he went 3 rounds, and he launched this incredible inside leg kick, which took everything out of the guy.
I'm gonna have to watch Fight Night. It sounds like it was a damn good one.
Really good.
Because obviously Manua was on it as well, wasn't he?
Yeah. Jimmy Manuel.
Again, another countryman.
Yeah, he's amazing. He's really good. But going back to Bradley Scott a minute, he looks like the real deal. He's been win lose, but he had a block of wins early on. He's got something. I think he's really got something. He trains.
I'll go based off
Dragon's
your
Way.
recommendation and I'll follow it.
He's good, yeah.
But go off mine, and I think follow God's
Sure,
I think
yeah.
it could be a good one. But I've just looked at one of my notes. Manua isn't actually English.
He's
born in America.
Yeah, he switched nationalities though, didn't he? He
He is
was
dual
raised in
national,
East
yeah.
London or
Yeah.
West London.
And he fights out of London now.
Yeah, not by way of anywhere either.
No, he fights out of London.
Yeah.
But same with Godbear. Godbear fights out of Bridgewater,
Yeah.
not by way of anywhere.
No, good for him, man.
Yeah.
Do you see the
Repping the
Manuel?
West Country. It's amazing what cider can do for you.
Boom.
Cider and cheese, that's all he survives on.
Did you see the Manuel fight?
I haven't watched the...
You haven't watched any of it? Any of the fight?
I haven't watched any of the Fight Night.
You, sir.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I've had a lot to do. I've only just really managed to catch up on 209 and 210.
Mate. No, it was really good.
I focused on coursework.
He dropped him.
I've been boring.
He dropped him with a left, and it was so good he didn't even go to throw the right. He knew it. He hooked him, and he sent the guy back against the cage.
Nice.
Done. Dunsville, son. Guy dropped like a stone. No, it was really good. Then he called out David Hay
What, to box?
to box.
Oh, I was really hoping David Hay would be in the octagon.
That'd be nuts, wouldn't it? He'd sweep leg kick him and just sit on him and pound him. No, he called out David Hay.
If he were to box him, would he box at heavy or would he down at cruiser still?
I think they'd probably do it at catch weight.
Do it a catch.
Because there's no title on the line, is there? It's just a novelty fight.
Well, any fight with David Hayes nowadays is a novelty fight.
Yeah, only because he's so big though. Only because he's such a big name is that his name is the draw.
And he's just an idiot. Sorry, I don't really like David
You not
Hayes.
like him?
I'm not a big fan.
So you're a fan of...
I don't like his game. I don't like
No?
how he talks. I don't like how he chats. That's pretty much it. I don't even like how he fights.
Fair enough.
He's not got a great style.
You beat Manuel then. You beat Manuel. Team Manuel.
I'll beat
All
Team
the
Manuel all the way. Oh, 100%. Even if it was Tyson Fury v David Hay, I hate Tyson Fury as well, but I'd still go over David Hay.
Jesus, this is like levels of hate now. This is like the circles of hell.
I don't know why I hate him so much. I think it was one interview. One interview
One
absolutely made me hate him.
One
and
sentence
that was
he
one
said about
time.
12 years ago. Rob's like, yep, not for me.
It was a horrible one. It was, this fight's going to be more one-sided than gang rape.
Jeez, is that what you said?
Yeah. And then he lost the match.
Wow. That's pretty bad. I wasn't aware of that.
And I don't know, that's why... and everything that he's done ever since, he may say something really beautiful and eloquent, and I still think he's a prick.
Didn't Connor say something about Alvarez's kids and his wife or something?
That they were very nice and lovely people.
Because at the press
No, he
conference,
definitely didn't.
At the press conference, Alvarez was like, "I'm going to make you apologise to my wife and children." I never found out what Connor said.
Neither did I.
That's nuts.
Producer, we want to know what shit chat Connor.
No, we don't.
Y'all do nothing, you mug.
Oh man, what else is there? Is there anything else to talk about?
Oh, there's loads of stuff to
Let's
talk
go.
about.
Come on, keep going.
Right, where
What
are we
else have you
gonna
got notes
go?
on?
Where are we gonna go? Maya?
Candy,
We've touched on him a little bit.
Yeah, you go.
Again, I think he's going to be a fantastic submission. He
Fight-
already is a fantastic
He's
submission.
fighting at 211, isn't he?
He's fighting 211. He's fighting
Main
George Masvidal.
Masvidal,
card.
who just dropped Cowboy.
So, yeah, number 4 and number 7 going up
That's
against
a
each
good
other on the feather.
Can we talk about Cowboy for a minute?
Cerrone, yeah.
Yeah, man. I love that guy. He lives a good
What
life.
exactly do you want to...
I think he's an incredible fighter. I think he's got such good combinations.
And he drinks a lot.
That is cool, man. He's just...
I
by
think
his own
Bud. I think Bud sponsor UFC just because of the amount he drinks.
They do sponsor him as well, I think, as
They
a fighter.
sponsor him individually. Got him.
No, I like him. I think he was really unfortunate. I don't think he should have... I don't think Dana should have let him take that fight in Colorado 6 weeks after.
As Cerrone.
Yeah. Cerrone, he took that fight just because it was in Colorado and he lost in front of his home crowd, and it was a fight he really should have won. Mm-hmm. I think, had he had maybe twice the time to fight, to prepare for that fight, I think he would have won. I think he would have beat Masvidal. But I really.
I'm
feel
kind of
for
glad
him.
Masvidal won it though. I think he's gonna be another really good fighter at lightweight. There's gonna be a very 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 strong top 10 lightweight soon.
I like Cerrone at that weight as well.
What a lights.
Yeah,
He was good.
he was so good.
He was good.
Yeah,
I kind of hope he does a bit more there.
but he wants to go up. He wants to go down. He doesn't. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't matter.
Whatever he does, he's still a great fighter. But
Oh, for sure.
I would love to see him more at feather.
Fair enough. Yeah.
But yeah, Masvidal, 35 for 11. That is a lot of matches.
Yeah, that's a lot of fight. That's a lot of being punched in the head.
That is, yeah. I was gonna say that's gonna be the thing that takes him out anytime soon.
You think?
I think
'Cause he's easily hit.
I think he's got a few more UFCs under his belt,
Yeah.
and then that'll be his time. I think he'll.
I think Cerrone
if he,
will
if
keep
he
going,
managed to
though.
get himself a shot at Aldo,
No, Aldo's changing weights, isn't he?
is he moving up again now? Is he?
I don't know where he's going. I think he is. I know he's changing weights to fight
Right.
somebody. No, I think Cerrone's going to go. I like him. I think he's a cool guy. I think he's he's a nice ambassador for the sport. Just because he's such a good fighter, he doesn't pretend to be something he isn't. And I enjoy watching him fight. I was sad when he lost against Masvidal.
Yeah.
I was sad when he lost. I was like,
Fair enough.
you shouldn't have lost because you shouldn't have really taken that fight because it was 6 weeks after your last one, and he won. He won the fight
He
before.
was trying to do a quick turnover as he could.
Because he wanted to fight in his hometown, they get that, but it's like, Donald, you've got to pick your battles a little bit.
Yeah.
I think Dana should help him pick his battles a bit.
As a big name in the sport.
Yeah, because he is. He's a big name in the sport, If you Google Donald C, it's Donald Cerrone, This is Donald Trump. He ruined it.
Donald.
Trump.
I stopped myself.
Don't do that.
Donald Mike Hunt.
They'll stop the bus.
How about that?
They'll stop the bus. What else do you want to talk about, man? What else you got in your notes?
So just a little bit on Maya again. Again, 12 submissions on his record so far.
Yeah.
Only 16% striking. He is not a good hitter.
fine.
He's
If
not a
he's
good
a wrestler,
hitter.
he's a wrestler.
But he's not a wrestler. He's the greatest submission guy I've ever seen.
Oh, right, okay.
so quick, so fast, and he will be on your back before you even realise you have a back.
Really quick transition.
He swaps you around so damn fast. He lets people take him down. He lets wrestlers take him down because he knows as soon as he's on his back, he can destroy them.
Off his
and
back?
He does, off his back, straight round them.
So what does he do?
He turns them round fast.
He does the back sit. Has he got quite a good reach then? He'd have to reach over and get on.
He's only got a 72-inch reach. Arm.
Right, okay.
But he's a 4th dan black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
There you go. So he'll be able to move his hips to get that extra leverage.
He's fought previously at middleweight.
Really? I didn't know that.
So he's got himself into a position where he has been flipping people a lot heavier than feathers.
Yeah.
You know, so that is going to play massively on him. But then,
so what's his takedown offense like? Does he?
I didn't write that one down.
Is he good at taking people to the ground generally? Do you think?
Oh yeah, he's got a good success rate, but he doesn't attempt them all that much. Because again, he lets them take him down because he is confident rolling around on his back.
Fair enough.
So he's fighting
If it
to
works
win,
for you.
and it makes them lose a bit more energy because they've got to take him down. He puts up a mediocre defense, but that always takes a lot out of the person trying to take down.
Yeah, for sure. Because taking down is really it saps your energy.
But then Masvidal previously fought a lightweight, so obviously he's coming down to a bit more of a natural weight.
Yeah.
20 decisions under his belt. Mm-hmm. So he's definitely got the stamina to take anyone the long term. Mm-hmm. 47% striking, so pretty good.
Yeah.
Good takedown defense, 80% fail against him.
That's good.
Which is great in itself. 7 first-round knockouts.
So he's tooled up, basically.
Yeah, he's tooled up to take most people.
On, yeah.
He was a big fighter in Bellator beforehand.
Oh, really?
And he beat up Kimbo Slice's protege, Ray.
Oh, man.
Ray.
Kimbo and Ray.
Kimbo and Ray. That is the new... Oh, no.
It sounds like a really bad spin-off to a much better TV show, doesn't it? You like them in Three's Company.
No, Kimbo and Ray.
Kimbo and Ray. Stop hitting my boy. Stop hitting my boy. What have you got?
Right, Miocic. We've covered a little bit on him.
Yeah.
Do you want to have a look at the stats?
Call it. If you have to call it, forget the stats. Who do you think is going to walk away with that?
Oh, Miocic. 100%. He's keeping that belt. From what I've looked at my evidence.
Don't go Moneyball on me, Rob. Don't go Moneyball on me, blinding me with your facts and figures. Do you think he's going to?
I think I think he'll keep it. He's a strong fighter. He's a great fighter. He's got a great talk. He gets in their head, and I think he'll have the confidence. He has the stamina to take it through.
Okay. What about Young Jacek versus Andra?
I think Jacek will again keep the belt on that one.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to see any transitions on belts.
No, I think I'd go with that. I mean, I do want to back. No, I'm not going to say that just to be contrary in the main card. But no, I think Stipe's probably going to keep it. Yeah. I think he's had a good amount of time to train. What about Bisping GSP? I mean,
we still don't know when it is, but we both think 213.
I think 213 because there's a couple of other fighters that are going to come to fruition, and that they could be on there.
Cerrone's fighting Lawler.
Yeah.
Again on that one, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not sure what's the main card there, but I think
out of the two,
probably going to be GSP.
It would be Bisping and GSP.
Yeah.
Because you've got a legend returning to the sport and a title match.
Yeah.
A first title match for Bisping. Isn't it his first defence?
I think so. No, it can't be. Anyway.
I think it is.
It's a title defence.
Yeah, it's a title defence either way. And it's the legend. The man, the myth, the leaper himself.
Batrog. Captain America Terrorizer.
The Canadian Wonderboy. Wait, no, that sounds weird, doesn't it?
Hey, Cub Swanson. When's he back? Soon, I believe.
Is he... He's not fighting 212, is he?
Possibly. Now, when's the next time Cub Swanson's going to fight?
If anything's confirmed.
I think he has confirmed a fight. I just can't remember what it was.
Right.
This is why we have producer Lauren. Yeah, who is Cub Swanson's next fight and when is that fight? Because I remember hearing something about him. I think he signed up. He hasn't retired or done anything stupid.
No.
But I think he took a little
Swanson's
bit of time.
still going to be there when he's 85 years old and
Such a good
spanking
fighter.
him on the butt.
He's so nimble. Yeah.
Artem Lobov.
Lobov.
Oh, when's that?
That is 22nd of April.
So
Soon,
that'll be... Oh no, that's going to be a fight night.
Yeah. Yeah, it is, I believe.
Bridgestone Arena, Nashville.
Yeah,
That's
that's a fight night. I'll watch it. I'm going to get it in.
I'm going to be watching that.
Yeah.
Carl Swanson is a great man.
He's a good fighter. I think I really enjoy watching him fight, especially after that Korean Superboy fight.
Korean Zombie. Is it Korean Zombie he fought?
No, he fought Do Ho Choi.
Oh, God, yeah.
No, it was really good. I really like him, and I can't wait to see him fight again. I think that's a good place, finally, I think, to call it. We're going to call it?
Okay.
Let's call it,
Are we going to put any bets on this one?
Oh, okay.
On this next lot?
I'll put
How about we put a bet on each match? £1 on each match.
Jesus,
we're only committing to a fiver still.
Okay, I think we call him from the next couple of events.
Oh, I just realised who we've forgotten.
Who have we forgotten?
Edgar Rodriguez.
Go for it.
So, another featherweight bout.
Mm-hmm.
Number 3 takes on number 8. So,
Yeah.
going to
nice
be a
and
good
close,
match no
nice
matter
and
what.
Close.
Edgar beat Cub Swanson.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Rodriguez didn't. But Edgar, again, on his side, he has 3 wins against BJ Penn. And if you watch the first time he fought Penn, oh my God, he was throwing him around.
Yeah.
He would come in with a kick and he'd just fling his leg away.
Yeah. He's a big guy. He's a strong guy. So let's call some fights then. Come on then.
Edgar's going to take Rodriguez.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Oh, we can't agree. Otherwise we're not betting.
That's no fun.
Right, so whatever one we disagree with each other, we'll put a bet on that one.
It's like £5 in 20p's. Let's just... It's not like... it's not bullying. I think... I really want to be contrarian, back Bisping over GSP. Because I think...
Oh, we're going to start betting on that as well.
Well, maybe. Why not?
Oh, no, I'm backing GSP. Bisping...
I really want it, but I want
fighter.
money to change hands.
Bisping is a great fighter.
Cerrone Lawler?
Cerrone.
Yeah, for sure. I love Cerrone. I really want to see him unleash one of those combos on him. We think that Jung Jacek's going to keep the belt.
Keep the belt.
You think Stipe's going to keep the belt? There's nothing to bet on because I think we're sort of agreed.
It's odd. The only other ones we have is Damian Maia and Masvidal. I'm again going Maia.
Yeah. Fuck. As good as Masvidal was, I think he caught Cerrone on a bad day in the office.
Alvarez Poirier. I'm going Poirier.
Yeah, I'm going to go Poirier.
Oh, for God's sake! I genuinely thought you were going to go Alvarez. And then we got Cejudo and Pettis. Not the Anthony Pettis, the other one. At the flyweights.
I think Cejudo.
Yeah? He's got good stats on his side. He's got 100% success rate on blocking takedowns.
It's fuck them.
100%. 71% for Pettis.
Yeah.
But he has 27 successful takedowns.
For sure.
In his matches. He's 15 for 2, 6 and 2 in UFC. And then Cejudo's 10 for 2, 4 and 2 UFC.
Yeah.
Reach-wise, it goes to Pettis. And that's going to help out because he is he's a really strong standing striker. He pretty much doesn't do much striking on the ground.
Oh, right.
He's very, very strong striker. So that's going to be a good match, but I'm going Pettis on that one.
Really? I'm going to go Cejudo. Fuck it. Just to be contrary. Thanks for coming in, man.
Absolute pleasure.
This has been Thinking Out Loud. We're on Facebook, SoundCloud, Twitter, YouTube. Check it out. We'll be bringing you some more shows really soon. Thanks for listening.